One thing that always annoys me about conspiracy theorists, or should I say the leaders of the conspiracy cult these days, is that they hide under a guise of alternate media. And it's a very, very convenient guise for them. Because what would you expect from journalists? To tell the truth. And it is nothing more short of, again, I've said it before, it's a form of brainwashing. And it's very convenient if you are already convinced that these people are telling the truth. Because the more you are convinced of them telling the truth, the more you will fight back against people, like me, ironically, who are telling you they're not telling you the whole truth, or even, in most cases, they are flat out lying to you. So, I understand when people flip out on comments of, how dare you comment on this, you blah 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 blah, you sheeple, you know, you're not awakened, you're a shill, whatever, you know, I've had it all, but it's these people themselves that are commenting that are they're fooling themselves. And you really are. You've bought into someone that is not telling you the truth. But coming to terms with that someone is not telling you the truth is far harder than people realise. You know, you can show a conspiracy theorist that he's wrong. You can show him evidence. You can absolutely poke holes in his conspiracy theories till there's nothing left. But he will still believe it. For the fact that all the conspiracy theorists have interconnected belief systems. If they abandon one conspiracy, then it means that another conspiracy they hold might they might also have to give up, or admit that, you know, that theory isn't very good. And then that leads on to another theory, and then another, and another. And it becomes like a house of cards. Once you pull the first one out, it falls. A couple of weeks ago, I commented on the conspiracy road trip, and I said that the guy from Loose Change wasn't going to change. And I was right. Why? Because if he abandons his 7/7 theory, then he can't hold up his 9/11 theory. And if he can't hold up his 9/11 theory, he can't hold up the rest of all his other conspiracy theories that he has. Now, I don't know the rest of the other conspiracy theories that he believes, to be honest, but I really do think that you can't ignore the evidence. You know, if I say, the answer to something is, you know, what's 2 + 2? The answer is always going to be 4. You then cannot go out because you do not agree with the answer, or it does not suit your version of reality, because that's the real point. They are building their own versions of reality, and when they get an answer that does not suit their version of reality, they will go out of their way to find something, coincidence, the smallest thing, you know, that they can grab onto that makes it part of their reality. They just cannot accept, you know, the world is a bad place. You know, we can all accept that. But it doesn't mean that you should, you know, put it literally, close yourself off in a bubble and start, you know, listening to nutjobs like Alex Jones and David Icke and all the rest. Heck, recently there was a guy on Critical Mass Radio who said, oh, you know, people should stop paying their national insurance. Hang on a second, people should stop paying their national insurance. For what reason? Oh, it gives money to the government. Well, hang on, what does the national insurance pay for that we pay for in the UK? Oh, the benefit system, the NHS are the main two. So how does he expect then to pay £600 to call out an ambulance? Where does he expect that money to come from? Because the national insurance always goes to these specific things. It doesn't go to any of the other government stuff. It goes specifically to the benefit system and the NHS and the other things that it goes to fund. It doesn't even go to like a common tax of what everything else goes to. The national insurance specifically goes to that thing. And again, he's saying, people, it annoys me because he's in a position of trust, and he is abusing that position of trust. In fact, all these conspiracy theorists that hide under this guise, again, of alternative media, are abusing the trust that people put in them. And that, quite frankly, is the worst thing anyone ever can do. And if, again, I will still continue to, rail on, conspiracy theorists for why are you believing this when there's evidence, when there's this much evidence compared to nothing which you have brought forward to the table. Or when we look at your evidence, it's so flimsy and we can, pick it to pieces, basically. So, there you go.